Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna just talk about a few quick tips that I think are helpful when flying with an infant. Obviously, I am not an expert. Weston has flown quite a bit, and we've flown with him from the time he was 6 weeks old, and this last trip he was 8.5 months old. So he's been on 15 separate flights, 5 trips altogether. One of the things that I think is really important is to pack more than you think you need. More diapers, more wipes, and more food. Now if you're breastfeeding, obviously you don't need to pack anything. Maybe you have some bottles that you'd like to bring with you, but it's really important that when they're flying up and flying down, when you're ascending and descending, you need to make sure that the baby is sucking on something so that their ears can pop, because they don't know how to do that. I use one of these for the formula, and I fill it up. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we're going on a long trip, then I fill up a couple of extra bottles. I'll put the amount of formula that I need in the bottle so I can add water to it later. I purchase water from the airport so that it can stay separate, so that this doesn't go bad. Formula goes bad faster than breast milk. If you're breastfeeding, dress accordingly. I have a picture that I'll insert here. And it's basically, just make sure I always have one of these tanks on under a shirt so that there's easy access. Very easy to get to. Matt and I pack the car seat and the stroller. We have a car seat bag. You'll see right here. And we check this as well as the stroller. They check on the airplane for free. You should not have to pay for this. The next thing is that I use the Ergo instead of the stroller in the airport. I like to have him on me. When Weston's facing in towards me, he usually will fall asleep that way. So it's kind of nice to have along with you. And it's easy to get on and off the plane with. The stroller, I think, just takes too much time. You have to wait for it. If you have a tight connection, you might not make it. We have been that close before, and I'm so glad we didn't have the stroller with us. The next thing is, a clutch toy. You need to have something that the baby loves. Hide it from them. Don't take it out unless absolutely necessary. This is still Weston's very favorite toy. I can't believe he's still into this. I remember our prenatal instructor telling us about this toy, and I thought, ugh, I hate stuff like this, but it works. He could be losing his mind. You do this, he stops. It's like the craziest thing. Have whatever your toy is, hide it until you absolutely need it. The actual diaper clutch that I bring, and I'll insert a picture of that here, these separately. It's so much easier to go in and out of the bathroom stalls that are in the airplanes. If you just have the bag, you just whip the bag out of your diaper bag, and then you don't have to bring the whole diaper bag and the whole thing. I suggest booking a window seat. And this is because we've tried it every single way. I've tried the aisle. So I thought, oh, the aisle will be so much easier to get in and out with him. For me, the window seat is huge, because then that way even when he was little, then I could breastfeed him and not feel like he was distracted by other people walking up and down the aisle. And I wasn't like, you know, putting on a show for everybody. Not that I care, but at the end of the day, like, you're sitting really closely to these people. And the best tip that someone gave to us is, as you check in or as you're like making your connection, go up to the desk and ask if there are any seats, extra seats available on the plane, and if you could possibly have that row. This helps so much, especially as Weston is getting bigger. He just wants to like get down now and kind of move around. So that extra seat, if it's possible, it could save you. I think those are my biggest tips. If you have any questions or any of your own tips, please leave them in the comments down below. And I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. See you later. Bye. Also, I have to add this at the very end. Sometimes your kids are just gonna lose it. And unfortunately, there are things that you can't see happening. Weston happened to be teething on this last trip. We had no idea that that was gonna happen, obviously. He had 2 brand new teeth after we had landed. And it was hard. He had one flight that just wasn't the same for him. He's the kid, I swear to you, he's the kid, people are talking about him before you even get on the airplane, and they say afterwards like, oh my gosh, he did so good, what a cute little baby. We had one flight, no one said a word to us. You can't help it. All you can do is snuggle them and comfort them and try to make sure their diaper is dry, that their bellies are fed, and that they're as happy as they possibly can be. But sometimes they just lose it. It's okay. You will get through it.